Well, hello everybody. How are y'all doing? And welcome to episode 9 of our Let's Play. Now, there should have been an 8.5 up last night because I went in and did a whole bunch of mining and everything. Well, see what ended up happening was I recorded the whole episode and then went ahead and rendered it, uploaded it, just to find out that, yeah, I didn't turn my mic on. So it was like this whole episode of me just running around saying nothing. It was kind of funny. But anyways, here we are with episode 9. I apologize for the delay on this. Last week was just horrendous with how busy it was. I've got a lot of stuff going on around the house and all that type of stuff. But we are going to go ahead and get it started here. Now, if you guys recall, and I'll give you a little refresher, last time what we did is we got our sorting system done. Basically, anything that we put into this chest automatically gets sorted out into these chests over here. So we went ahead and finished that up. Now what I did in between episodes is I just kind of rearranged some stuff. Basically, here's our MFE. As you can see, our electrolyzer is no longer there just because it kind of would have interfered a little bit with this system the way we have it. We could probably put it back up at a later time, maybe in the back or something like that, but we really don't need it. As you can see, we're storing just enough power and everything, and we're keeping up there pretty well. We might end up adding some more water mills. But redid this, put our Mark II Mark II chassis logistic pipes on here, and then cleared this out here. Reran the wire, and then put our extractor and our compressor on this side over here because we're not going to hook those up quite yet. So what we're going to do is we're going to set this up with the correct modules in order for us to automatically, anytime anything goes in here like ores and stuff like that, they'll automatically get base rated up and then put into the electric furnaces, and then of course thrown into their rightful chests. So let's go ahead and grab all the stuff that we need. First, what I'm going to need is I'm going to need quite a bit of wood because we're going to have to make quite a few gears here. Also, what we're going to end up needing is, I think, if I recall correctly, let me kind of look through these chests here. Oh, actually, we already have the gears. We already have the gears, and we already have the modules. So we're already good on that that end of things. Actually, I'm going to need 2 more modules. Only got 6 of them here, so we're going to go ahead and grab a few more modules. Let's just grab some redstone here real quick. There we are. And then, of course, we're going to need some gold nuggets. Now, if I have any. Oh, look at that. Just happen to have 2. Beautiful. Beautiful. So let's hop over here. Just go ahead and make these blank modules here real quick. 2 of them. 2 of them. There we go. And then put the 2 here. So there we are. Grab our 8 modules because we're going to need a total of 2 per machine here. So that's why I'm going ahead and grabbing 8. Now the first thing what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and craft our passive supplier module. So we're just going to type in module. And what this module does is it works similar to a supply module, except that it's passive. It's not actually requesting the items like a supply pipe does. It's just basically what it says. It's a passive supply module. So it's going to take the ores because it's a higher priority than our polymorphic item sink. So it's going to take the ores first, put them into our machines, and then get them mace rated the way we want them to get. So what I'm going to need here is I'm going to need 4 of these passive supply modules for each of them. So we're going to need 4 iron gears, and then a whole bunch of red dye, and then redstone. So I think we can handle that. And yep, we can. So we're just going to go ahead and get a whole bunch of red dye here. Beautiful. So we got our red dye. Next thing that we're going to need to do is grab some iron. Grab some iron out of here. So let's just grab some iron here. As you can see, we did a pretty good job with our mining excursion. I got a little bit of gold, got some iron going on, and then of course silver and tin and copper we're doing quite well on. So we did pretty good in our mining excursion. And again, I apologize for it not being up, but you know, maybe I'll end up having it on some other thing and re-record audio over it or something like that. That wouldn't be that big a deal. But there we go. We got our 4 iron gears. So we're just going to throw those up here, throw our blank modules in here, throw our redstone, just like so, and then put our red dye in the corners here, and there we go, passive supply modules. Now we actually have to set these up. It's not just a throw in and forget about type module. So let's go over here and grab our wrench, if we can find it. There it is. Beautiful. We got our wrench, and since I'm here, we're going to go ahead and grab this stuff here real quick, because these are the raw ores. I held on to these on purpose just for this simple purpose, is we're going to have to put these in here. So let's grab our wrench, and we're going to throw in our passive supply module in here. Now what we're going to want in these is we're going to want, you know, iron ore, silver, tin, copper, and gold. Now if you're using my config files, this is all you have to do. But if for instance you didn't have my configs and you have Red Power 2's tin and copper, or maybe Forestry's tin and copper, you'll have to put each of those in here. All right, because they're separate. Even though they're still tin or still copper, you're still gonna have to put them in here too. So just to keep that in mind, if you're happen to run, you know, multiple tin and copper, I know some people do it just because they like having a lot of ores. So, but this is all the stuff that we're going to want to get macerated. Now I'm not gonna put coal in here just because I don't want all the coal I get to get macerated up. We'll probably maybe do, I don't know, we might set up something later on, but I'm purposely not putting coal in here because I don't want that that set up at this time. So we're going to do the same thing in here. We're just going to go ahead and go iron and then silver. You know, just do this all up here. Beautiful. So all of our ores that we currently want to get macerated are going to go right in here, and that's all we have to do. That means that anytime we put an ore in here, it's going to go right over here. Now, what we need to do also is we need to kind of get the dust. So I'm going to go ahead and get some dust grinded up here. Get the copper, silver, tin, dust, because we need to tell the next set of pipes, which are for our furnaces. Here, let me go to sleep here real quick. Tell our furnaces what they need to take in, and they're going to be taking in, of course, the dust. They don't take in the actual ores because we want double the ores out of everything. So, oops, let's pop over here, and then we'll throw these in here. All right, oops, there we are, and we just throw our dust in here like so, and we're good to go. All right, so now this whole system knows exactly what to do whenever we get any of those items thrown in, so we're good on that part. But we have to have a way to kind of get the items out. So the next module that I'm going to show you guys, and maybe you already know this, but the next module that we're going to do is going to be an extractor module, because the passive supplier will put the items in here, but there's no way to actually pull them back out. So what we're going to get is we're going to get an extractor module. All right, so we'll come here. To get an extractor module, we'll need the iron gears again, 4 of them, and then 4 pieces of lapis, and then of course our 3 pieces of redstone. So let's go ahead, grab some lapis, and I'm going to go ahead and grab a little bit more redstone just in case we end up needing it. And then we have, it looks like, enough stone gears on us to make into iron gears. So we'll just grab these, oops, throw those in here, kind of surround it by here. There we go, perfect. And then we just put our lapis in the corners like so. Throw this in here, throw our iron gears on top, and then of course our redstone in the remaining 3. This is, if you guys notice, the only thing that ever changes in this recipe is usually the or whatever's in the corners, and then your gear, whatever type of gear on top. So easy recipes to kind of remember. But there we go. So we've got our extractor modules. Now what the extractor module does is it pulls an item out every 5 seconds. All right, so if we were to put these in here, it would pull an item out every 5 seconds, but that's kind of too slow. All right, and that's why there is an extractor Mark II module. Mark II module will pull an item out every second. Now all you need then is gold gear with the extractor module. So we can go ahead and craft 4 gold gears and then upgrade these, because I want it a little bit faster, especially if we put a lot of ores in there and all that type of stuff. I mean, you don't want to be waiting all day on it. Now we've got enough iron, we've got enough gold on us. We're gonna need, we got some cobblestone, so we're gonna go ahead and make some gears here real quick. Make 3 more. Make 3 more gears here. There we go. I'm sure you guys all remember this recipe very, very easily. You kind of make the gears. So we'll go ahead and make these into stone. There we are. And then throw these in here, make them into iron, and then of course into gold afterwards. So there we are, and we're going to automate this whole process here very, very shortly, so we don't have to do this anymore. Because I don't know about you guys, but after a while, crafting the same thing over and over again gets kind of boring. Now, all we do, put our extractor modules in here, put our gold gears in here, and we get the extractor Mark II. So we're going to throw those into each of them. Now, we don't have to do anything specific with this. We just go ahead and throw them in, and our system is done. All right, our system is completely done. So with these in here, all now I have to do is run our piping down. I already got some stone pipes, I think, still around, but we're going to make a new type of pipe also. So I got those stone pipes. I'm going to grab some logistic pipes just in case we need them. And then we need a different type of piping, because as you can see, if we were to throw just stone piping down here, like so, oops, like this, oops, there we go. See how it's going to connect to these two machines? We don't want it to do that because we don't want items to accidentally go in there. So we're going to make a new type of pipe. I'm going to show you guys how to do that, and I dropped all the way down there, no big deal. Show you guys a new type of pipe. We're going to be making a sand pipe. A sand pipe is from a mod called Sneaky Pipes. And this allows you to run pipes right next to a machine without having to worry about them connecting to it. Very, very nice pipe when you're in confined quarters like this and you want things to look nice, but you may not have the room to... Oops, I need 2 pieces of glass and only 1 piece of sand. I probably should remember this. But, you know, sometimes... Actually, wait a second. This doesn't sound right. No. This doesn't sound right. Yeah. I was right the first time. Or am I? Let's look. Sand pipe. Sand pipe. Oh. Well. Would you look at this? You actually need sandstone. Well. I should have known that. Here we are. We don't have quite enough sand on us. Well, actually, yes we do. We should have just enough. So we're just going to go ahead and make some sandstone here real quick. Beautiful. And we only got 1 sandstone. So let's get one more sandstone. Here we are. Now no sandstone, so it's worth 4 EMC. So what can we change over into that 4 EMC? Let's just go like this. Grab 2 more pieces. Beautiful. All right, let's do this. Sorry, guys. I had, for some reason, just blanked on how to make sand pipes. There we are, and we get 8 of them. We only need 1 because we only have to worry about it right there. And now this will still connect to regular piping. So as you can see, it connects just fine to other piping, but there's no more connection to the machine. So that's exactly what we want. Now we're going to go ahead and kind of run these pipes down here. As you can see, I kind of ran our little system here a little bit different, so I wouldn't have to worry about it kind of connecting into other stuff. Now, where would probably be the best place to run this? Where would be the best place? Now, we could probably run right into here, but I'm thinking, I'm thinking maybe we connect it over here. And the reason being is just so we have a little bit more room. Let's connect right into here. Just like that. Let's hope we have enough, and we should. Looks like we're going to have just enough here. There we are. Now, since this is an intersection, though, since it's an intersection, you're not going to want to leave this as a regular pipe. You're going to want this as a logistic pipe. Any type of intersection you have, you always want to put a logistic pipe there, and that's just so that the pipes can talk to one another and tell each other where things are supposed to go. So here's how this is going to work. Now, when we put our dust in here, put our iron dust in here, you're going to see it get pulled out of here in just a second. It gets pulled out of here, and we're going to see it pop into here in just a moment here. Should just come up here. As you can see, there it is. Beautiful. And we get the iron ingot. Now, so with our extractor module in here, it's going to go ahead and pull this out and put it into the rifle chest. So, assuming I put it in here. Oh, we need to, see, I'm already forgetting stuff. This is what happens when you don't play Minecraft for a week. Is this stuff. The extractor modules have a side or a different orientation on them. All right, this allows you, because we don't want it to be pulling out of the top, this allows you to tell it what side to actually pull it out of. So we want it on the side, because that's where I see 2 machines where you always you input from the top on these ones, and then they output from the side. Now, if you were to output from the bottom, that wouldn't work or anything like that, because input on the bottom is for an energy source, input from the top is for the materials, and then of course output on the side for the finished product. So we need to do this on all of them, and it basically is just going to make the machine pretend that we're actually pulling it out of the side instead of from the top. So that's what we got to do there. So let's just go ahead and try that out one more time. We'll put a silver dust in here, and we'll kind of show this guy kind of working out. So you're going to see our silver dust come in here, and then there it goes. Came right into the first one. There it is, pulled straight out, and it goes right over into our chest. Nice and easy, nice and easy. Now, I'm going to test something. We're going to put a piece of tin dust in here, and we're going to put a piece of tin dust in here. Let's just kind of see exactly where it goes first. So we put a tin dust in there, and where's it going to go first? It goes into here, because, and the reason it went here and it did not go into our chests over here, is due to the fact that the passive supply module that we put in there is a higher priority on the system than our polymorphic item sync modules. So there we go. Nice and easy. Nice and easy. That's your whole system right there. Now, once we start adding automatic crafting tables and everything, we're going to have to add some more modules, which we'll get into at a later date because we don't really need them right now. We'll end up adding provider modules in each of our chests. I mean, if you guys are wondering exactly how to do a whole system, I mean, that's the module that you'll add in there so that these chests can kind of provide items. But we don't need that right now. For right now, what we're going to actually do is move on to another project. Now that we've got our whole sorting system completely done, we can go ahead and start throwing all our stuff in here, and we don't have to really worry about, like, some of this stuff won't know where to go because obviously it's not in there. But we can throw most of this stuff in here, and it'll know exactly where to go. And if it doesn't, we're going to, like, for instance, the rose red dye doesn't know where to go. So we'll go ahead and throw that, where are we putting it? Our dyes are in here. So now that knows where to go. And, of course, paper doesn't know where to go. So we'll throw our paper. Actually, it does. Oh, but you know why this won't go? Because we never put the module down here. In these 3 chests, we never put our modules because we kind of running low on supplies. Maybe that's what I'll do. I'll go grab the supplies and we'll kind of finish out putting the correct items in each of these, or the correct modules, I should say. So give me 1 minute. I'll go grab the supplies we need to kind of make the next set of modules here. And we'll get these 3 chests also on our automatic sorting system, just so we can throw like our tools and different types of piping and all that type of stuff in here and not have to worry about it. So let me grab that stuff and I'll be right back. So here we are, and we got all the items that we needed for the polymorphic item sinks for those last 3 chests. So we'll go ahead and grab those. I ended up making 1 extra module, but not a big deal at all. So we'll end up using that later on. So we'll go ahead and pop these into our last remaining chests here, so that those are now on our sorting system, and then any items that we end up commonly using, you know, we'll know exactly where to go. So we'll throw these in here, and then there we go. Our sorting system is now complete. Everything is good. As you can see, there's some items still kind of making their way around. So we'll just kind of, you know, throw the sand in here and stuff like that. You know, some of this stuff like there. And then we'll figure out a place. I think gold ingots or gold nuggets can go in there. Beautiful. And then, of course, our dyes and everything can go in here. But there we are. So we've got our sorting system down. Now, that's the first step. The first step, I kind of, when I first start a world, there's like certain phases I kind of go through. First, you want to get, you know, obviously a good storage system going. But one of the first major things you get done is your sorting system. You want to get your sorting system done. We've got that done. Now, the next thing we're going to want to do is we want to get a power system going. We need to generate quite a bit amount of buildcraft energy. Not a lot, but we need to generate a good amount of buildcraft energy, because what we want to do next is we want to kind of get into getting our automatic mining done so that we can concentrate on doing more important things like building cool stuff and building new buildings and all that type of stuff, getting rail systems going, and not really have to worry about power and all that type of stuff. So, or worry about mining, I should say. So what I was thinking is actually putting it in one of these mountains here. These are nice, or hills. These are nice hills here, and then it'll hide it very, very well, and we can kind of get our whole like sorting system in here. So I think that's my idea, and this is, we're kind of in the planning phase right now of where we want to put it, because it's not just about, you know, I don't want to build some janky little area. Maybe we'll put it right here. Let's see how big this one is. Now I might have another idea for this area right here. So I think I might, yeah, we're gonna use the smaller hill over here. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna start clearing into this mountain slash hill slash whatever. And this is where our power system is going to go, our buildcraft power system. We're actually going to be using something else. We're going to be using forestry, but this is where it's going to end up going. So where do I want to kind of clear into? Just kind of watch this here. We'll kind of clear right in here. Kind of clear into here. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to kind of clear in here and clear a room out. So I'll do that mostly off camera. I'll pop in here now and then, you know, once anything, or if anything interesting happens. I'm sure there won't, because this is just going to be clearing for a little bit. So I'll kind of clear an area in here, and this is kind of where we're going to start off putting our buildcraft system. And I'll come back here in just a few minutes after I get the area cleared out, and we'll start on that. So I'll be back here in just a minute. So here we are. We are all done with this room. I went ahead and just cleared out a little bit of area in here, not too big, and we can expand this even more so that we don't kind of poke out of the mountain here. I thought it'd be kind of cool to have our power station kind of built in here, and we'll kind of, you know, snazz it up, I guess, a little bit as time goes on. So let's kind of grab out our Philosopher's Stone here. Here we are. Just kind of charge this up here. And then what we want to do is we want to turn this into cobble. There we are. Beautiful. Beautiful. Just get this all looking smooth stone-ish. There we are. And do the same here. And now it looks nice. There we go. Got our smooth stone room going on. And this is where we're going to put all of our forestry items. So I'm going to have to head back here and let me grab some items together. And then we'll go ahead and we'll grab everything we're going to need to kind of get started off with forestry. Because I'm going to end up using forestry for our power, which is Buildcraft power. Forestry, of course, is an add-on to Buildcraft. So we're going to grab everything we need to kind of get started with our forestry items because things have changed. So let me grab the stuff that we kind of need, and when I come back, we'll start making our first forestry items. Alright, there we go. I went ahead and grabbed all the items that I'm going to need to craft the next few new items that we're going to get. Now, these two items that I'm crafting are newer to forestry. It's in the newest update with forestry. They kind of changed the way you go about getting your first machines in forestry. It's a whole new crafting system and all that type of stuff. So the first thing that I'm going to make is an item called a thermionic, I think I pronounce it thermionic fabricator. There we go. Thermionic fabricator. So let's go ahead and type that in here. There it is. Right down here. The thermionic fabricator. Now, what this does is this is going to allow us to make different items that we need to kind of make our machines with. So I'm going to kind of get into how to make electron tubes and all that type of stuff. But let's go ahead and craft this here first. We need 3 pieces of glass. All right, we need 4 gold ingots, a chest, which we all know how to make, and a sturdy machine. Well, sturdy machine I haven't shown yet. I'm sure some of you guys know how to make it. To make a sturdy machine, it's very much like an what is it? A refined iron block. What is it called again? Oh my gosh. A machine block. There we go. Same pattern as a machine block, except you use bronze ingots instead of refined iron. So we're going to go ahead and grab that, and we're going to go ahead and make a few more pieces of bronze. So we're just going to go like this, and then just go ahead and, because we're going to use a lot of bronze here in the very near future, because we're going to need 2 of these, because we're going to be making a couple different machines. So I'm going to go ahead and grab 2 sturdy machines. Now all we do for this is we go ahead and put our gold in the center, or on the corners, excuse me, like that, and then I think it's like that wasn't right. So let's take a look here again. Oh yeah, chest on the bottom. Excuse me. Chest on the bottom, we get our thermionic fabricator. There we are. Now the next thing that we're going to be making is a carpenter. A carpenter is a crafting table that's part of forestry. It's a powered crafting table though. So we take 6 pieces of bronze, another sturdy machine, and 2 pieces of glass. Alright, so that's why we made the other sturdy machine. So we'll go ahead and grab this like here and like this. Now the crutch of both of these is they both require Buildcraft power, all right, to run either of these, the thermionic fabricator and the carpenter. So in order to remedy that, since we don't have any way to create Buildcraft power yet, we're going to make a couple easy engines here real quick. Basically what I'm going to do is I'm going to make two stone, or not stone, but steam engines, excuse me. So we need 4 gears, and we're going to turn these into stone gears. Here we are, very, very easy to make. So now we've got 4 stone gears. Next thing that we're going to have to make is a couple pistons. And let's just grab the items that we're going to need for that. So let's grab a couple of these. There we are. We're going to need a couple pieces of redstone. Let's just go like that because I'm going to have to make some redstone torches as well. And I think that should be, yeah, we should be good now. We should be good now. So let's go ahead and make a couple pistons. I'm sure everybody knows the recipe for pistons in case you don't. There we are, and I put 3 in there instead of 2 just because, you know, not a big deal. Not a big deal at all. There we are. Beautiful. Got our 2 pistons. All right. We'll throw our 2 pistons in here, and then we'll put our stone gears on the side, throw our glass in the middle, and then we put cobblestone across the top. And this will make us our steam engines. Now, steam engines are the second lowest tier, or the second tier of engines in Buildcraft. Now, Buildcraft and Forestry, they work seamlessly together, so the power systems are obviously the exact same. And we're going to use steam engines because that's all we're going to need to power these. And I'm going to get myself a couple redstone torches here. There we are. And then we just need some fuel for these steam engines. These steam engines run on coal, charcoal, any of those type of byproducts. So we're just going to go ahead and grab... Do I have any charcoal left? I do. I have about 30. So we're going to run over here, and I'm going to kind of demonstrate how these things work here. So we'll hop on over to our new forestry area, or our new power station, I guess we can call it. And this will probably adapt and evolve over time and all that type of stuff. But for right now, this will work just fine. So we're going to throw our thermionic fabricator down, like so. And we're going to put our carpenter actually right here. And the reason why I'm doing that is because this one steam engine is going to power both of these. And then this, of course, needs two steam engines on it. So what we can do is we can just end up flipping this back and forth when we need to run our carpenter, and then when we need to run our thermionic fabricator. So let's take a look at these two items that we just got. The thermionic fabricator has a weird looking interface, okay? Now, for this, what you do is you put glass in here. What it does is it melts glass, and then you put your recipe in here, and it creates these things called electron tubes. Now there's copper, tin, bronze, iron, gold, and diamond electron tubes, which are all used in the different forestry items. So if we look at, for instance, like a, let's just look at like a logger. All right, a logger used to cost, instead of diamond electron tubes, you would actually just use diamonds. All right, but you no longer use that. Now we have to make these diamondite electron tubes plus small circuit boards. Circuit boards are made in the carpenter. That's why I went ahead and grabbed that. So the recipes have changed. Instead of using the actual blocks, you now have to make an additional item with these electron tubes in order to get the forestry items you want. Now, the first thing that I want to make is I actually want to make stuff for our peat farm. All right, peat is basically just a renewable source of coal or charcoal. It works pretty much the exact same. So I want to make some peat in order to kind of facilitate our energy production. So first thing that I'm going to need to make is a peat bog. So, oops, I went ahead and exit out of there on accident. So we're going to go ahead and make a peat bog. In order to make a peat bog, now what the peat bog does is, this is what's actually going to plant our stuff. We're going to need some copper electron tubes. Okay. We're going to need a sturdy machine and a small electric board. All right. Well, that's easy. Now, if you have the NEI module, which you can find on the Buildcraft forums, it'll actually show you the carpenter recipe in here. So as you can see, it's just a piece of tin for a small electric board and 3 pieces of redstone. So let's go, and then we're also going to need these copper electric tubes, which we just need copper and 2 pieces of redstone. I bet you I should have enough. So let's just go ahead and make one set here real quick. And then we put our 2 pieces of redstone on the side. Now, this requires power because it has to melt this glass here first. So we're going to go ahead and throw some steam or some charcoal into our steam engines. And as you can see, this red bar is going to start slowly but surely working up. Now, I've noticed that you need at least 2 steam engines to get this thing high enough temperature for this stuff to melt. So we're just going to kind of see here in a second. Let these things warm up a second. You'll see this red bar slowly but surely going up. And as soon as this glass melts, it's going to come up with a recipe so that we can get the electric tubes. Now for this, the carpenter, as you can see, it's a regular crafting table window, but it also has this thing on the side. This requires water. You're going to need water in here as well. So we're just going to use buckets for now, but you can set up a pumping system, which we'll do later. But for right now, let's just kind of stick with here, and then we'll work our way over to the carpenter. So we're going to make some electron tubes, or copper electron tubes, so that we can go ahead and get our stuff done. Let's give that a minute, and oh, it's already done. There we are. So we've got our electron tubes. Now we can go ahead and cut this off. We don't really need either of these on here real quick. And we're going to kind of flip this over, because the next thing that we need to make is we need to make this small circuit board. Now we know it's 6 pieces of redstone and a piece of tin. All right, so 6 pieces of redstone. But you can see that you left click your items in here because you're not actually putting the items in there. This is the storage area down here, and I keep wanting to right click for it. But here's the storage area down here, but you have to put your recipe in first, and then you can go ahead and make your small electric circuit, excuse me. There we are. So let's just go ahead and start this up. And then it'll start going. Let's go ahead and make it. And you got to click on here in order to make it. So there we are. And we should have enough water. We should have enough water. I might have to put another bucket in here. But I think it's just one bucket per circuit board. So, and this uses a combination of water and energy to just craft. So it's just like a basic crafting recipe, but it uses that stuff. So let's just go ahead and grab that. Come on. There you go. So we've got that. We'll knock this off here. And now we've got all of our items. We've basically got our, let me make a crafting table over in this area. We've got our electron tubes. We've got our small circuit board. And then that was it. And then we just need a sturdy machine. All right, easy enough. Let's make one more sturdy machine. There we are. Throw this in the middle. And then we can just kind of click the little question mark here because I don't remember these recipes anymore since they've changed. I keep wanting to do the old recipes. So there we go. And we've got our peat bog. All right, if we look at the peat bog, what it uses is it uses peat, which I'll show you guys how to make probably tomorrow, and then it has a byproduct of earth. But this is going to be our renewable source of energy, is our peat bog. Now, the next thing that we're going to need is a way to harvest the peat bog, which is you make an item called a turbary. Turbary, whatever you want to call it. Doesn't really matter. And with this one, we need 10 electron tubes, and then another small circuit board. All right. Well, if we need another small circuit board, let's go grab another bucket of water. And maybe we'll sleep through the night here, and then we'll try to get this all set up here. I know that we're already reaching our half-hour mark, which doesn't really matter. We'll go a little bit over. Not a big deal. Hasn't been a episode for a week, so it's not that big a deal. We'll kind of get this stuff done. Here we are. Sleep through the night. Oh, I feel better. Do you guys feel better? I just feel rested. I don't know about you guys, but I feel rested. And I have a feeling these skeletons are going to try to shoot us. Oh, and zombie went in our hole. Get out of my way. Here we are. And I've got the tin on me, right? And I've got enough. Yeah, we had tin over there, and we had more than enough redstone. So let's just go ahead and make one more of these. But, of course, guess what I forgot? I forgot our bucket of water. You know, this happens all the time. I go to go do something, and I'm always forgetting one little... oh, hi. Hi. Come here. Come here. It's okay. It's okay, Mr. Skeleton. There you go. You feel much better now that you're dead. I know you do. I know he does. He feels much better. Alright. Pop back in here, and let's get this done. Alright. So to make our turbary, excuse me, we're going to make one more of these small electric boards. And now I'm trying to get like the terminology all right because they keep like changing everything on me, so I never remember exactly what it is. But throw our bucket of water in there. There we go. Go ahead and grab this up. Oops, I think I clicked on it. There we are. And the more power you have in here, obviously the faster you're going to end up getting your items up to a certain extent. I mean, all forestry items are capped at a certain amount of power, but they'll draw endless amounts. So let's just go ahead and grab our circuit board. Come on, baby. There you go. So we got our circuit board. Beautiful. We're going to switch this around because we got to go back to our thermionic fabricator. And we need to probably put one more piece of glass in here, maybe. One more piece of glass. There we go. Heat that stuff up here. And the recipe that we're going to use, let's just grab this out of here. And while that kind of heats up, I'll grab a little bit more. Well, we don't need more redstone, but I was going to grab a little bit more. The recipe is the exact same one as the copper ones. All right, we just put our tin in here in a pattern like so. You just make a inverted T. And then we go ahead and throw our 2 pieces of redstone. And then as soon as the glass gets melted, it's going to go ahead and give us our copper electron tubes. And we can just throw this stuff in here. And then you could put, if you, this works the exact way as the carpenter. This is like an inventory. So if you had the tin and redstone in here, it would pull out of this inventory. But we really don't need the recipe to stay in there for right now because we're just making our 2 basic machines. So as soon as this first one gets, gets melted, there we are. And we've got our electron tube. As you can see, from 2 pieces of glass, I mean, it only uses about a third of it. So you can probably get another set out of here. So there we go. So we've got our 10 electron tubes. Now let's go ahead and make our turbary. So we just need tin electron tubes in the same pattern, so we'll go ahead and make ourselves another sturdy machine. There we are. Throw our small circuit board in here, our tin electron tubes, and 4 pieces of glass on the corners is going to give us our turberry. There we are. Beautiful. So this is how we're going to generate our power. And unfortunately, ladies and gentlemen, we have reached and probably gone over our half-hour mark. So next episode, we're going to set up an area for this to get our turberry going. We're also going to set up our tree farm to get that kind of up and running. The tree farm is basically going to be our main power source. And now, of course, since I am setting up a tree farm, I could end up, you know, using charcoal instead. But I've got a different use for charcoal that we'll get into in the next episode. So that's why I'm using peat. But we'll figure out an area to kind of set this whole thingamajiggy up. But ladies and gentlemen, thank you very kindly for joining me. I apologize again for the long delay. It's been about a week since the last episode. Hopefully that won't happen again now that the my life schedule has kind of evened out a little bit. But there will be a stream shortly. We're probably early this afternoon, late this morning today as well. This is Monday, so if you guys are around and want to stop by the stream, by all means do so. We're going to be closing out OP Craft. But you guys have a great rest of your day, and we will see you again later.